So yeah, my name's Steve Potter. I'm the CEO of Odgers Berndtson in the U.S. Odgers Berndtson is probably the largest global search brand you haven't heard of if you're U.S. focused. We're much smaller here than we are internationally. We're the 6th largest global search brand in the world. But in the U.S., we're much more than that. Actually, we're in the interim business. We're in the mid-market business, RPO business. We're in the leadership assessment business, and we have launched 2 businesses this year. One in particular that Manetu has been very, very involved in. One is a human capital consulting business comprised of 20 chief people officers, run by the former CPO of McDonald's Corporation, which is the largest chief people officer job in the world, actually. And that's on steroids and doing really well. But the venture that Moise referred to is something we call Adenix. And Adenix is an AI-driven data technology platform that sits on top of 1 billion data subjects. So we have 1 billion records, usually 10 to 15 points of information on those records, which we then enhance to anywhere from 100 to 150 points of information. So we're going out and getting Twitter feeds, Facebook feeds, LinkedIn profiles, Crunchbase information on the company performance, longitude, latitude information on where people are located to do sophisticated talent mappings and human capital mappings, all sorts of very, very sophisticated work around improving recruiting, but also in improving human capital data. So when we make a map of 150,000 gaming engineers around the world, which we did, we can actually dial that map back 12 months and see where everybody was 12 months ago and where they are now. And so we're really getting deep into, the human capital data is going to be much more important than just the talent recruiting assist that it's so good at. But I have to confess, about 8 months ago when we're rolling this out, I almost didn't get permission from my board, and the concern was data privacy and compliance and data security. And if we hadn't found Manetu, which my chief data officer found and brought you guys into the equation, I don't think I would have gotten a green light from the board. This company is going to be it's profitable from day one. It's being spun out into a startup. We're funding it. We've got that lined up, and we're extremely excited about the partnership that we formed. We hired some of the toughest data security law firms, and Manetu's passed muster with them all. But really, the thing that I didn't expect at all, and I'm really, really happy about, is that we're approaching it together as business partners. And I can say it's starting to become a two-way street where we're actually working with Manetu to help you guys grow your business, because there's lots of things that we can do to help you. But you've become a strategic partner, and we're talking now about using data compliance and security, which I always regarded as kind of a necessary evil to keep the regulators at bay, but actually using some of this to create competitive advantages for our business as others are trying to come into it. This is something that most people don't have a grasp on, and our partnership has really been quite extraordinary to this point, and it's growing leaps and bounds, and as is the company. So I'll stop with that, but I just can't say enough, Moise, about what you've been able to do and the service you've provided to us. And I actually don't think that Idenix would have gotten green lighted if you hadn't been part of the equation. So I'm eternally grateful for that, because it's working out extremely well. Happy to answer any questions if folks have questions about the data lake or how we're doing this, or what Manetu's role. Certainly Moise can comment on that as well.
Steve, we're extremely grateful for your partnership, and we really appreciate your time today.